Welcome to the channel Get Rich. Today we are going to look into a company belongs to a automotive industry. So we are going to look into the business of that particular company, and we are going to analyze their financial statements, and also we are going to look into the valuation of this particular company, and we are going to look into the price target for this particular company for the next 1 and 2 years. So then let's get started. So first let's have a look at the automobile industry, the two-wheeler production volume trend, because this company mainly generates revenue from their two-wheeler spare parts. So then the first one is two-wheeler production volume trend. So how it is panning out in the past few years. In financial 2017 to 18, it made an increase of 16%, and then 18 to 19, 6% increase, and then from 19 it peaked out, and then 14% decrease in 2020, 13% decrease in 2021. So automobile sector is facing a downturn or a headwind from financial 2019. And if you look at the all vehicles production volume, it also increased 15% in 2018, 6% in 2019, and reduced 14% in 2020, and another 14% in 2021. So I feel coming ahead, this is going to cool off, and then we are going to have a pretty good demand, especially from electric vehicles and so on going ahead. So I believe automobile industries is going to do pretty good in the next 5 years. So the company we are going to look into is Fiem Industries Ltd. So Fiem Industries Ltd was founded and incorporated in 1989 by Mr. J.K. Jain. So this company was listed in 2006. So they are one of the leading manufacturers of automotive lighting and rear view mirrors, and also they have some other businesses as well. So their main product portfolio belongs automotive lamps, which is headlamps, tail lamps, blinker lamps, fog lamps, and then they also have rear view mirrors, sheet metal parts, plastic molded parts, and so on. So, and they also have some technical collaboration, and then they have a product like canister, bank angle sensor, and they also have products with some joint venture, mold, tools, and jig fixtures, and fuel pump model and IC connector. They recently sold this particular businesses in fuel pump model and IC connector. They also have LED segment, so LED luminaries for indoor and outdoor application, and integrated passenger information system with LED display. And also another thing to note is, for example, they are particularly in automotive lamps. So automotive lamps, they have like halogen lamps, and also we have LED lamps. So the conventional lamps, for example, in financial 2021 belongs 60%, and then LED lamp is 40% remaining, and it is going to LED lamp is going to get more and more share coming ahead. In financial 2024, it's going to LED lamp is going to have 52% share when compared to conventional lamp, which is 48%. So LED lamp is more and more used even in electric vehicles, scooters, and all the electric vehicles, and also in the passenger vehicles and so on. So LED lamps is gaining traction. So why is it important for Fiem Industries? So if you look into the kit value or the of LED lamps, which is ranging from 2000 to almost 6000, it costs 2 to 3 times than that of halogen lamps, which is 800 to 1500. So they can get more revenue from this LED lamps. So LED lights are also energy efficient, and they also provide higher visibility. They have their own advantages and disadvantages. And if you look at the top clients in two-wheeler, it's Honda, TVS, Yamaha, Suzuki, Eicher Motors, Harley Davidson, Mahindra. Four-wheelers, they have Tata, Force Motors, and then Honda, Hyundai, Daimler, Mahindra, and so on. And if you look at some of the key parameters, so their market cap is 1288 crores. They have a current price of 978 rupees, and their dividend yield is about 1.64%. And their debt to equity is 0.06, almost no debt. That's good. They also have a current ratio of 1.33. Their promoter holding is 66%. Everything is good. And if you look at the price to sales, is just 0.86, very cheap. And if you look at the return on equity, 9%, that's not great. I would at least expect to see more than 10%. But yeah, let's see in the financial parameters, is this the latest one, or is it just a one-time fall off? We'll look into that in the financial statement. And then if you look into the price chart, they reached about 1400 in 2016, and then it had a downturn to almost 200 rupees, and from 200 it reached to again to 1300 range, and currently it fell again to 1000 rupees. Price action in the recent months, but it also have a corrections in the recent month. And if you look at the PE chart, so the average PE is somewhere around 18, and they even reached 30 PE at some point, and currently it's trading around 14-15 PE. If you look at their business segments, where are their revenues are coming from? So most of their revenues are coming from automobile segment. So they are pure automobile player. And if you look at the revenue breakup inside the auto segment, almost 40% of their revenue is coming from automobile lamps, 27% of their revenue is coming from auto LED lamps, and they also have 10% of their revenue coming from plastic molded parts, 12% of their revenue coming from rear view mirrors, and 11% is coming from other businesses. If you look into their how their different products they are who are they selling to, OEMs or replacement market, so almost 91% of their revenue is coming from OEMs, and 6.6% is coming from replacement market, and 2.2% from exports. And they are mainly their revenues are coming from two wheelers. Almost 96% of their revenue is coming from two wheelers. Only 4% of their revenue is coming from four wheelers. And if you look at the different products, for example, automobile lighting, so their revenues are increasing until 2019, and then it's fall because entire automobile industry is falling. And if you look into the rear view mirrors, it's more or less in the stable side. And if you look at the plastic molded parts, it's also not going up or coming down. There are other businesses are growing steadily. And if you look at their how their different businesses are doing, so their automotive lighting is almost 71, currently 67%. They are expecting to reach almost 71%, and their rear view mirrors is also going to be around 9 to 10%, and then their plastic molded parts are expected to be around 9 to 10%, and others are around 11%. If you look at the automobile lights, which are the key product for this particular company, so in the automobile lighting, they are the market leader, so they have a significant share. They have most of their customers are their most of the OEMs are their clients. So they have Honda, TVS, Yamaha, Suzuki, Car Motor, Honda, Hyundai, so you name it. So most of their all of the AEM or OEMs are their customers. So this is the automotive lighting. And if you look into the second one, which is rear view mirrors, so they have lot of different rear view mirrors, and they also have different manufacturing facilities in different places. Their top clients are also Honda, TVS, Yamaha, Suzuki, Car Motors, Harley Davidson, Mahindra, and so on. So they have the rear view mirror business, which is corresponding to about 10%. And then if you look at the plastic molded parts, they are also supplying plastic molded parts to different clients like Honda, TVS, and Suzuki. They are also supplying because even the rear view mirrors and also their lamps, which require some plastic parts to hold the product, so they are doing that, and also they are also supplying some other parts in this particular segment. And if you look at the other segment, which is LED display and LED bulbs, they are also diversifying their business by providing LED bulbs, tube lights, downlights, panel lights, solar lanterns, or they also have high ray lights, floodlights, street lights. So they are diversifying their business. They are also going into LED display panel sector. So they are also trying to get some business from railways or state departments and so on. So they are also working in this segment. Though the revenue is not much at this point of time, they are trying to go in that particular segment as well. And if you look at the other business, it's mainly have canister, bang angle sensor. So this business is growing pretty good in the recent times. Their top clients are TVS, Honda, Acre, and Mahindra in this particular segment. And if you look at the manufacturing locations, they have manufacturing locations in several places in India, and they also have it in Italy, Hong Kong, and Japan. And if you look at the collaboration, they have collaborations with for canister product. They have technical assistant agreement with a company in Japan. So they are supplying to TVS and Yamaha. They have a technical assistant agreement with a company in Japan for the bank angle sensor. So they are also supplying that to Honda Motors. And then if you also look into fuel pump module and IC connector, so they had a joint venture and then they recently sold this particular joint venture. They will get somewhere around 25 to 30 crores for selling this particular business, I think in next year. And if you look at their customers, so I said most of their OEMs are customer of this particular company. So if you look at the Honda, TVS, Yamaha, Suzuki, Royal Enfield, and even the lot of electric vehicle scooters, electric vehicle two-wheelers, are almost all of the electric vehicle recent electric vehicle companies, everything, all of them are their customers. So if you look at the Revolt, Hero Electric, or Okinawa, or Electrothem, Ampere, Bounce, 22 Motors, you name it, all of the electric vehicle, Ola, so most of them are their customers. So if you look at 3-wheelers, 4-wheelers, you see a lot of OEMs there. So they also recently bagged new orders from major OEMs such as Harley Davidson and Yamaha. The company has started supplying LED lamps for four models of Harley Davidson in Thailand and US geography in Q2 financial 2022. So according to the management, Yamaha has added 7 to 8 new models in the last 2 years and added another 7 models are under development. So they are also getting into more and more models. So they are having a capex plan of 75 to 100 crores, which is easily manageable for them with the internal accruals. And also, if you look at the recent order winning, it's Ola. So they are the sole supplier to Ola for headlamps, tail lamps, indicators, rear front assembly, and mirrors for both S1 and S1 Pro models. And they are also expected to start booking revenue from Ola from Q3 onwards. So they are going to have a very good growth, I think, in the coming years ahead. And also, they have different EV scooter companies. They have Okinawa, Electrotherm. So they also Fiem is also in close talks with Hero Electric and engaging with TVS for their new EV lineup. So it's a very good electric vehicle play as well. So because electric vehicle is not going to disturb them, so that's a good thing. And also, if you look at the different companies' product range, they have several different product range for Honda, Royal Enfield, Suzuki, Piaggio, Okinawa, TVS, Yamaha, Harley Davidson, and so on. And if you look at some of their innovations, so they have the innovation with the world's smallest LED bifunction lighting model. So they did that for Yamaha FZX in India. So and then if you look at the another one, they introduced IR welding technology to develop sleek and single LED winkler for Honda Hornet. So that's also something they did. And also if you look at the another one, they also introduced LED modular license lamp, enabling customer to use the same lamp in multiple models by changing the hood. So they have a Harley Davidson for this particular innovation. They are doing a lot of innovations. They have in-house R&D for that. And if you look at their what are the key advantage for Fiem Industries, they have a very strong client base of more than 50 OEMs and is supplying to most of their customers. They have a pretty state-of-the-art plans. They also have well-diversified portfolio. They are also looking into in-house R&D products. They are doing a lot of innovation. That's good for them. And if you look at the peer comparison, so if you look at the margin, they are the market leader in the margins. They have a higher margins compared to their peers. And if you look at the PAT growth, they are also going to grow about very good for the next 3 years because of the low base in financial 2021. And also if you look at the financial statements, their revenue peaked out in financial 2019, their EBITDA and their PAT is varying. So if you look at the revenue, EBITDA, PAT growth, they are doing pretty good growth in the recent years, even though they have for example the their key thing, and until financial 2019 they had a huge growth in automobile industry, and then we face a headwinds for the automobile sector. And if you look at the overall margin, so margin is expected to inch upwards, so that's also pretty good thing. They already have a very good margin and they are expected to increase it slightly. That's good, and their return ratios are going to improve in the coming years because in financial 2019 it's a major downtrend. So that's why their return on equity is 8 to 9%. Usually their return on equity ranges between 12 to 15%. So in the coming years they are expected to improve to 13, 15 and 70% in return on equity and also return on capital employed. That's a pretty good thing because I at least need more than 10% for the return ratios. So that's the minimum I would expect from any company. So they're going to improve on that, so that's good to see. So less than 10% is just one off on 1 year because of the huge drawdown. And then if you look at their financial statements, they are increasing their sales. So if you look at the sales quarter over quarter, it's not that much. For example, in March 2019, so they did about sales of 358 crores. In December 2021 they are doing about 389 crores with the operating margin of 12%. So their net profit is around 23 crores. But if you look at the year over year sales, for example, they are doing in March 2019, which is the year the automobile industry peaked, that is 1449 crores, and they are expected to do more than that in current financial year. March 2022 they are expected to do over 1500 crores. The automobile industry haven't yet reached to that level, but they are already catching up with their March 2019 revenues. That's good to see. And also if you look at the operating margin, they are maintaining at 12%. That's good to see. And also if you look at the net profit, they are doing about 47 crores in March 2021 and they are expected to do about 88 crores in 2022. That's also a very good thing. And also return on equity 14%, their sales growth in the past 10 years 11%, profit growth in the past 10 years 16%. So that's also good, and they are also maintaining a dividend payout ratio somewhere between 30 to 40%. And if you look at the balance sheet, so they are improving their balance sheet. So they have about 250 crores in March 2010, and currently they have about 1000 crores. So their borrowings is also pretty less, so they are almost a debt free company. And if you look at the sum of their balance sheet ratios, their dividend per share is increasing over the years, and their book value per share is increasing over the years, and also their capex is reducing, and their gross debt to equity is also reducing. That's also a good one. And if you look at the cash flow statement, so their operating cash flow is increasing. In March 2020, 2007 crores. In March 2021, it's 136 crores because of the their one-off event. It reduced. But if you look at the free cash flow, they are doing already 43 crores in 2020, 63 crores in 2021. So they are increasing their free cash flow. That's also pretty good to see. They can use this for capex. So if you look at the profit after tax growth, the analyst expectation, so their analyst is expecting to about 1750 crores in 2024 and 1560 crores in 2023, and they are also expecting the net profit about 98 crores in 2023 and 120 crores in 2024. And if you look at the shareholding pattern, the promoters are holding steady, FIIs haven't reduced much or increased much, and in the recent quarters there is no mutual fund holding for this particular company. And if you look at the valuation of this company, in March 2022, they are expected to do about 1500 crores. March 2023, I am expecting them to do about 1625 crores. In 2024, I am expected to do about 1800 crores. This company, their growth I am estimating is around 10% for 2023 and 2024. The net income is going to reach about 88 crores in 2022, 95 crores in 2023, and 120 crores in 2024. And if you look into the price target with the current valuation of P of 18, so then the price target would be 1295 rupees for 1 year, 1636 rupees for 2 year, with the price cumulative growth of 32% and 67%. And I think personally their P is going to relate to 22 if they are having a lot of electric vehicle customers, and if they are going to have pretty nice growth, their P is going to relate even at sometimes point they even reach 30. So I am estimating with the price target with the P of 22, then 1 year price target would be 1583 rupees, 2 year price target would be 2000 rupees, with the price cumulative growth of 62% for 1 year, 104% for 2 years. So you can double your money in this particular company. So if I have to say my personal opinion on this particular company, so it's a very nice company, but even though they are concentrated with two-wheelers, they are trying to expand to four-wheelers, but they are haven't succeeded yet, but they will try to increase into more of four-wheelers also. So my personal opinion, they have a very good market share. They have a lot of company tie-ups. They already have a lot of very high profile customers, and they are a pretty good company. They have a very good brand. They are also diversifying their business. So as far as I see, this is a very good company. And if you look at the valuation, it's also pretty on the lower side or the cheaper side because the average P is around 18, and they are trading currently about 14, 15, or even 16. Or if you look at the forward P, it's somewhere around 14, 13, 14, 15. So it's valued at on the lower side. So I feel this company is a pretty good buy. You can double your money in this particular company. So that's my personal opinion. So you have to do your due diligence before investing in any stock. So that's it for today, and thank you for watching, and have a nice day. Bye bye.